free. Me, Miss Laura.
Miss Sarah.
And Miss Hannah.
Changed locations again.
We have.
Yes. This is quite nice. We're back in
is.
Miss Sarah's room.
Yeah.
Yes. No desks
No.
this time. So
In the reading corner.
in the reading corner. Yes.
Yeah.
With our poster.
Oh.
Yes. I love it very much. A lot of hard work went into that. Yes. Anyway, so this week we're going to be talking about like humor and stuff, funny things that's happened. Because last week was a very deep episode, so we thought we'd make it a bit more lighthearted this week. So we're going to start off with the little who's most likely to out of the three of us
Okay.
to do these things. Okay. Okay. Huh? Okay. So whoever you think it is, like just point at them, or if you think it's yourself, point it at yourself.
Okay.
Okay. You get the gist.
We understand.
Yeah.
Some of them are targeted towards certain people.
Oh,
So.
okay.
Oh. Did you write these?
Yeah, I wrote these myself.
Oh.
They're about school though.
Okay.
Okay. Who is most likely to spend the most money on their classroom?
Definitely.
I don't think I spent much. No, I just arrived in Cyprus.
How much?
How much is too much, Hannah?
I have no money.
Yeah, I don't really spend much on the classroom. I just kind
No,
of arrived here.
Mhm.
You are right though.
Yeah. Looking back, I shouldn't have spent
Oh,
the
no.
money that I did.
No, on your trolley though.
Well, okay.
Mm.
Apart from that.
I bought this chair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Built it myself.
Very,
yeah.
very
You'll
cool.
have to later share the story about you getting that chair.
Oh yeah, I will. Oh, that was eventful. Okay, who is the most likely to arrive early for work?
I would have said.
Oh.
But I don't know when you arrived, Laura.
Sometimes you're in before me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really? See, I'm in the latest, so I have no idea.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to put who's most
But on
likely to
time.
be late.
But on time.
Oh, yeah.
Who's most likely to be late? Without a doubt. Who's most likely to be sarcastic with their students?
Ooh.
Like the most sarcastic. Like I'd say we're all quite sarcastic, but who would be like?
I don't know.
Oh, I
Like
don't know.
I haven't gone around your classes. I've just observed you once,
Yeah.
but then that was in grade 1, so like
I'm not
you
as
weren't-
sarcastic
no.
in grade 1.
I haven't seen you in
Yeah.
grade 3.
But actually, I'm going to change Laura to you.
Yeah,
Yes.
I am very sarcastic.
You are, yeah.
You're very sarcastic with me, so I just assumed it was the
Yeah, I am
Yeah.
indeed.
same. You're genuine.
Yes, that's what it is.
Be real.
Yeah, exactly. What?
You can be real though.
Be real. I actually came up from this.
Yeah.
I know. Who's most likely? This is like a pure basic one, but I was struggling for ideas at this point. Who's most likely to break the printer or the photocopier?
Yeah.
Well, I couldn't work it yesterday.
Without a doubt.
You know what? I
Yeah.
broke the hole puncher one time.
That's hard to break.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How'd you break
And
that?
because I put too many pieces of paper. Yeah, so I learned my lesson from that. But it was easily replaceable.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
the parts were there. So
Yeah.
Rachel, my sister,
Shout out.
yeah, she was not too
My
happy.
mother.
Thank you, Miss Rachel.
Yes,
My
yeah.
mother.
Fixes everything.
Yeah, I swear the phone's locked. Right. Who's most likely? I think I've actually read them all. No, I haven't. Who's most likely to stay late after school, like a ridiculous time? Like who would stay like the longest? Who would leave last?
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. You like
Yeah.
run away.
Yeah.
We never find you.
I know.
Where is
No.
this?
And then we
But
come into our
sometimes I'm
classroom
actually,
and-
I'm
But
just
then
in my
some- yeah,
classroom
I
and that's it.
know.
I just,
You came up here on Monday and Sarah wasn't here. I know.
and they graffitied my room.
Yeah.
But you put the my chair on this chair, which is swivel, and my travel mug on it, and it was still full of tea. Because that was silly. I should have. Yeah, it was still full of tea. So when I came in the
You told me
morning,
coffee.
no, okay, yeah, actually it was
Oh,
coffee.
I didn't hear this.
Yeah, when I came in the morning, I'm not very practical, so I just moved the whole thing down. This is cushions, so it doesn't. The whole thing fell onto. I still got a stain here, and
Oh,
the
I'm
coffee went.
sorry.
No, it's my fault because I should have emptied. I shouldn't have been
Did you notice the trolleys?
the trolleys.
The trolley, did you notice it changed?
Yeah.
Yeah, we moved it as well.
We thought that was quite funny, and then
Yeah.
And then we put
No.
team points
it-
on.
like a,
Yeah,
mi-
that
a
was-
million team points.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
no,
sorry. I had to rub it
Yeah.
out before my class came in because I was like, I can't deal with this in the morning. They're gonna go crazy.
Yeah. Did you leave the grade 6 we need your help up? No, she didn't. Because we thought it was funny because it was just like. Blah, blah, blah.
No, I know. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I was in a very bad mood that morning.
She comes in, who has trashed my room?
Like, I'm not a morning person at all.
Did you assume it was us?
No, I actually didn't. I thought it was maybe. I think I thought it was one of my students. So then I was like, yeah.
Like, I agree with them.
Imagine it was me
Then
and you.
I should
Anyway.
have known my students behave very well.
They do.
Yeah, the teachers do.
No, we do not.
I think that's, yes, that's, oh no, got one more, sorry.
Yeah.
And this one is extremely targeted to one person. Who's most likely to make a TikTok or reel at work? Follow Miss Booth teaching.
Yes, please. I've been caught by so many people making them. Like, so many teachers have just come in and I'm just like,
No,
Is it
continue. They see the process.
I know they do.
I
Yeah.
get stage
And it's
fright.
just like, you know, the tripod's up and they're like, oh.
With the you've got a light too, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
You should bring the light up for
I
this.
should bring the light.
Actually, I've got one. I bought one in Jumbo whenever we had
Yeah.
COVID because I thought, oh, I'll make some fancy videos, and then we weren't in lockdown anymore.
What fancy videos are you making?
I don't know.
Sarah's gonna join the reels.
Book talk. She can review books on TikTok.
I would love that
You
actually.
actually should. I would
I
watch
would.
that.
Guys, shout out to a series of unfortunate events. We have multiple copies of every single book.
Okay.
The
was-
shoulder just cracked.
Okay. That's great. That's great, guys. Lovely. Okay. So we're gonna move on to the main topic of conversation now.
Yes.
So that is like humor and stuff and that there, jazz. So why is humor so important in the classroom, and does it impact the students? Sarah.
Yeah. Thank you for asking me first.
I had some complaints.
Not sarcastic at all.
Well, I think it's just so important. Actually, well, it depends. So, like in the beginning, when you're first getting to know your class, I feel like it can just go wild and they can just act up. But this is the second year I'm teaching this class, and I'm joking more this year because they know me, I know them. And it's just, it relieves the stress in the class. They just laugh. And like, I try different things, different types of humor because they're an interesting bunch. They all have different types of humor. So some might laugh at one thing and then the others. But it makes the lesson more fun, even if we're just doing something that's boring.
Yeah,
You know,
that's
they
true.
they really like it. And it just makes a nice, safe environment, I think.
I agree,
Yeah.
Sarah.
Yeah,
Very
I
strong
agree
one,
too.
yes.
And then sarcasm for me, I just use it for the kids that I know.
Oh,
Like they're sarcastic to me, you know. It's like I know you'll get it.
Or you can't use it on the little
No.
kids that don't
No,
understand.
no,
Because
no.
they do it
What
literally.
age do you think
Yeah.
you could use it like sarcasm?
Like,
Oh
no, I'm
3.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. But even last year in grade 1, I had 2 kids in the class, Northern Irish, who just got the humor, and I would like not rip them apart, but like we were quite sarcastic to each other, and it was
Yeah.
funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
My favorite sarcastic thing to say is like, you know, when the kids are like, "Miss, where did I put this?" And I'm like, "On your head." Like,
I love when they
where did you
go
put it? Like, you know.
when they go,
Yeah.
Miss, I'm done, and I go, oh, nice to meet you, done.
That's a good one.
Yeah, no,
I
that's
like
it.
that one.
Thomas did
I
that
just go, "And I'm done." And
one. Oh, I don't do that.
You know, I've started doing like they'll be like, Miss, can you just give me a dojo point? You know, because they want to round up, and I'll be
Yes.
like, okay, sure. Does anyone else want a dojo point? They all put their hands up. I'm like, see, everyone.
No.
I just
Sorry,
go, it
it's
doesn't
true.
work like that. I'm very sorry.
Yeah. If you ask, you don't get.
They love dojo points. I mean, it's like sweets.
It's an
Yeah.
addiction.
Yeah,
It
it really is.
Main form of currency in my classroom.
Oh, well, I'm putting the prices up
Mhm.
in mine.
I stole
I
your
told-
idea of telling Sarah of the bigger prizes, like sit in the teacher's
Oh,
chair
yeah,
and stuff
yeah.
today. They loved it.
Right.
Yeah, they did not
Takes
like
me-
the auction.
Oh, we did an
no.
auction the other day. They quite liked
Did they?
it.
Yeah,
Liked
mine love it.
Like mine are too young. Like,
But
they
I
just
was
didn't
saying
understand it.
to Hannah, like the experiences. I think I'm gonna go for that because
Yes.
mine aren't so interested in objects.
No.
So like, but when I told them, oh, maybe you'll, you know, get to wear non-uniform or whatever a day or whatever,
Yeah.
they were like,
Oh, that's one.
Yeah,
That's one of
mine
mine.
too,
Yeah.
yeah.
They like to sit in my chair,
"Aw."
and I hate
I'm
my
not sure if I want to. There's not
Oh,
more spillages on it.
I had to sit in one of their chairs as well. Right.
Yeah.
Anyway, Hannah, do you want to answer that, or do you want?
No,
Sure,
I
yeah, sure, right
think
answer.
I answered. I agree with Sarah.
So, do students So you sort of already answered it in that question, but we'll just ask Hannah. So do students respond better to humour? Do they like, engage better in a lesson?
Oh yeah. I think if we're enjoying it, they're going to enjoy it more. And
Yeah.
I think a big part of what I've learned from teaching grade one is how much our personality rubs off on the lesson.
Mm.
And I think I always thought, oh, if I just like try and get through the lesson, you know, when you're like, kids would come late to school. It's always first period for me. They're 20 minutes late, and then we have 20 minutes to finish the math lesson.
Oh.
So I'm like, right, go, 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 go. And then the kids don't understand it and they don't finish. And I'm like, what's wrong with you? You had like 10 minutes. And then they're like, but I'm like, oh, my stress actually.
They really pick
Yeah.
up on it, yeah.
They did. So then I'm like, if I'm like, let's just see how much we can get done. Let's set a timer. Go, go, go. Like more upbeat.
Mm.
They actually then perform better. So I'm getting better at that. Like if I'm really grumpy, I can't really let them see it. So I have to try and be like, ooh.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. So it rubs off on them so much. Like,
It really does.
I remember one of the lessons I taught in place when I got really stressed because none of them were like just it was faffing around and then I got really stressed and then they got stressed.
I hate faffing.
I hate a bit of faffing. It's shocking.
Such a good word, faffing.
Yeah.
I love that word.
I hate it. If you don't know what faffing means, we'll insert a description here.
You can do that.
I think it's a Northern Irish word.
Yeah, because I use it with the class and they're like,
Yeah.
My mother faffs.
Northern Irish word for the day.
Faff.
Faffing. Or
Faffing, yeah.
Faffing. Two
Yeah.
F's, right?
Belkish?
I was going to say K. Quyiche.
Well done.
Can I put my mug on your bookcase?
Can I as well?
Yeah,
Because
that's fine.
I like to leave a wee bit, you know.
No, please do.
When it's cold. Right, get my questions up. Okay. If, for example, we're having a terrible day at work, like shocking day, okay, and something like a child does something ridiculous or something funny, does that change the whole day for you, or is that just like a little?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Why are you laughing so much for, Hannah?
Because it was today.
You share?
Yeah, I think if something disastrous, like, do you mean like students' behavior?
Yeah, like if it's funny in the moment or something.
Yeah. Like, oh, okay. So I think two different things.
Yeah.
So if something really funny happens in class and the kids do something funny,
Yeah.
and I laugh, the kids laugh because I'm laughing. They're like, "Oh, Miss, find that funny," and I'm like, "Yeah, because it's hilarious." Like, so then the lesson's a bit more lively, and we're a bit like, "Oh yeah, it's your work." But if like I think if a kid's behavior has been really poor, and I've had to like send them out, like they've gone out to Mr. Keir, go, like,
Shout out.
then the rest of the class are like, like not because they've done anything, but I think they sense the awkwardness that I have just pulled this kid off.
And they're scared that you're going to
They-
send them.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so. So then I'm like, yeah. So something's happened. I think it affects the next 10, 15 minutes. Younger kids, like grade one, after about 5 minutes, they'd have forgotten. Like grade three, I'm finding like I sent a kid out today, and it was like literally like 30 minutes later, one of the kids was still talking about it. Like, you've just sent them out, miss, and I'm like, can we stop? Like, we're done. Like, we're finished. But it really like changed the whole atmosphere in the room, and I was like, this
For
is
the
so
better
sad.
or for the worse?
No, for the worse. It was like
Oh.
really
Oh,
like they were moaning
Really?
about it.
Really?
Yeah, it was
No,
like
for-
kind of complaining. Like, oh, they went out for this. Why? That's literally my class.
But wait, wait,
Drop.
they're being sent out because they've done something wrong.
Yes.
But that's the opposite for me. Like my class, then they start behaving.
Which should happen. I know.
It's bizarre.
It's bizarre. Like, I feel like because for me, it's quite often the same children I'm sending out. So the kids are maybe so used to them going out that it's like they're just not even fazed by it in a positive way. Like they're just like, oh, but then it's like they almost like want to justify their actions. Like, oh, miss, you were wrong. Send them out. And I'm like, no, I am the teacher. So
my class, my class are very nosy.
So am I.
But then so am I. So then it's like I think that's rubbed off on them, and they're like so nosy. Because like who was it? Someone from your class, I think, was it? He went, then they passed that note.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So they came down with this note,
Mm.
and she gave it to me. I was like, "I don't like this." Miss, what's that saying? I was like, "Excuse me, it's none of your business." You're so nosy.
Or you know when you're marking the
It's funny though.
kids' books.
Yes.
Right? So I live mark math, and like so it's like they give me their book open stack, but they stand there, and I'm like, no. But sometimes you know the way they've given you their book, but you were already marking someone's.
Yes.
So I slide theirs under.
Yes.
Because I'm like almost starting a new book.
Yeah.
But they just stand there. I'm like, this isn't your book, and they're like, oh.
Wait, when you say live mark, you do it with the visualizer, or no?
No. Just mean I mark
when they're there.
when they're there. Yeah.
Oh, I walk around
Yeah.
the room and do it while they're doing work.
Yeah, that's a good way of doing it.
Yeah, they bring me their book when they're done.
Do we have any funny moments from when we went to school?
Oh.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Sarah, you can start us off.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it was Bible class, and our room's like a narrow classroom and rows and stuff, and the window was open and everything. Well, a bird flew in, a sparrow, yeah.
I would have died. Like literally died.
And then, but the thing is,
oh
yeah, you are a bird hater. But I didn't realize we didn't realize till afterwards, there was actually two birds, but there was a tall boy in my class who was sitting at the back, and it hit the back of his head and then went back out, so
like,
it never got into class. So then the bird was flying through, everyone was just going crazy, and then
Sarah was doing her work.
I can imagine. She was like, this is so
I was actually like, oh wow, this is, I was like, I can't be crazy too, I'm not gonna add to this, mentalness. But no, so then it was flying through the room, it was flying under people's desks. There was one girl, she was dubbed the bird lady because her hair was, she had lovely blonde hair, but it was just like everywhere, and the bird actually like it was flying through her hair. Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was a nest or something.
But then it was flying underneath, and it landed on my knee, and I at that moment just went, I remember when I had chickens, back my grandparents had chickens, and they were teaching me how to hold a bird, cover the wings. So I just went and grabbed the bird, and then I was like, oh, and it was looking up at me, and I could feel its little beating heart. And then I just stood up and I walked down the side, and just the chaos was sort of subsiding, and the teacher was like, take it away.
Just you holding this bird.
Yeah, and I was running down the stairs and I was like, hello, like it was just looking up at me, and I just set it free, and it was,
I love it.
It was
be free,
meet a friend. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was eventful.
Yeah. That's wild.
Yes.
Anyway, how about you?
So mine was in French class. And Jeffrey, if you're watching, it's a stick story. So we had like come into the lesson, and I'm pretty certain he was late to class, or like something happened. I don't know. He opened his bag to get his books out, and he just like was like, and we were like, what? And he was like, there's a stick in my bag, and we were like, what do you mean? He's like, pulled it out, and it was like this size, and he's holding it, and he was like, like just kept, and my teacher, Mr. Bamber, was like, we have no time for this. Jeffrey took the stick, threw it out the door of the classroom.
The door?
Yeah, like just out into the corridor, and like threw it out, hit a child that was walking past, and he went, ah! So he ran, closed the door of the classroom, and just stood with his back to it and goes, that never happened. And we were like,
oh
okay.
dear, that's
so
terrible.
then like sometime later he opened the door to be like, I better see if this like stick is still here. He opened the door and he's like, oh, that's fine. Our biology teacher then walked past, tripped over the stick, and just went, and like continued walking. And again he just went to the door, we're just going to close the door. I was like, why would you not pick up the stick?
Yeah.
Like we were killing ourselves.
That is so
just
funny.
like weeing ourselves, like properly like like we didn't learn any French that day. It was just like hit this child.
French is wild.
Yeah.
Crazy.
My story is actually about a French teacher.
Oh.
So
all the crazy stories.
Oh yes, they're always crazy teachers.
Yeah.
French
No,
ones.
they are.
They are. And so anyway, it was year 8, first year of secondary school, and I'd finished technology, like the wood subject. I hated it so much. And that corridor was like 5 rooms were all woodwork rooms, and then you had one random French room that was there. So weird. And we had all like soft seats. It was a weird room. And I walked past it, and you could see the little, the little tiny windows and the doors. And I walked past, and I just looked in, and the teacher was standing at the front, in front of her desk, like behind her desk, sorry. And the whiteboard just behind her came behind, whacked her in the head, and she fell on the ground. And then I ran off because I didn't know what to do, and I just ran away. Bye.
Wow.
I didn't want to be a witness to this, so I ran away. She was okay, she was fine, but
Oh.
yeah, it was quite funny.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I love that.
I
That's
know.
so brilliant.
But she was one of those teachers that
Yeah.
was never there.
Mm.
She was always like off.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it's just probably off after that.
I think she was actually.
Yeah.
It's probably a good 2 months sick leave.
Oh,
Neck pain. Oh.
yeah, it was nice.
Oh.
Anyway, so from when we are teachers now, any stories from when
Ooh, like
we
us as teachers.
Yes.
Oh, so many.
We'll go with Sarah first.
Yeah.
Sure.
I was gonna ask first.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Okay.
Awkward. Yeah, so actually this happened a couple of years ago, and I was just going around my normal day teaching, right? You know, it was break time, second break. Went into the I was in Andrew's room. So I went to the toilet, and I just okay, the sink was there, but I went down too fast, bashed my head on the ceramic, right? And it was agony. It was so sore. So then I think I either went down to Helen or I asked the kid to go down, just get an ice pack. And because it's got a strap, I strapped it around my head with the ice pack and just continued teaching the rest of the day. I mean, they laughed, but then they looked at my face and then they were like, "It's not funny." And they just kept going. It was, but it was actually really funny, you know, in hindsight. Glad I didn't crack anything.
Interesting.
Yes.
Oh.
So as a placement last year, I got asked to go to dodgeball tournament. Which I was like, yeah, I'll go. I like dodgeball. So it was after school though, so I was a bit like, oh, it's after school, and I didn't get home till like 7 o'clock that night. But yeah, anyway. So me and the head teacher and like I think there was 8 in my class went. So we went off to this other school. It was held at a secondary school, and we went. And all these other schools were there, and they were like big schools, like rich schools. Like the school I was in was not rich, and it was not big. So you know, we were like the underdogs, right? And I said, guys, we got this. Like, we've got this. Like, we're gonna win. And I was like Jose Mourinho on the touchline. Like I was like telling them practice. I was like, we've up. And then I was sitting down on the bench because some of the kids had got out, and I was sitting there like trying to console them. Yeah. This kid from another school. Yeah. Oh. He launched a ball, hit me in the head. I went flying, and I was raging. Like proper dunk. Oh, I was. Oh. And then the kids in my class were laughing, and I was like, "This is not funny." These kids, the kids were cheating from the other school. I was raging as it was. Yeah, that's my funny story. Yeah, we got whacked in the head with another kid from another school. But yeah, that's my story.
So like, I had to cover PE last year. And I was like, oh, we'll go across the football pitch because I was like, I feel like when you're in the assembly hall, you can only do like dance videos. So I was like, no, go outside, let's go. So we're walking across, and I'd said to the kids like, okay, I'll open the gate and just like carefully go down, line up like you normally would with your teacher. And they were like, so I like opened the gate and moved, and this kid came running. She tripped on the top step, she fell and landed head first into the bin. That was like perfectly placed at the step, and her little legs were like in the air, and I was just like, and then I was like, I don't really know, so I like stood and laughed for a while, and the kids were like cracking up, the whole class was like, and then I was like, oh, hold on, I have to like take her out. I'm the teacher. So then I like just lifted her up, and I was like,
she's all right.
Oh, she was fine. And I was like, oh, and she was like, yeah, and I was like, can you tie your shoelaces, please? And just sent her in. I was like, oh, and literally, I was like,
that's so funny.
Yeah, I know. This week in class as well, my kids are quite like sassy. Yeah, and I just like was like, oh. So our spelling words this week were homophones. So we had like ball that you play with, and then ball to ball your eyes out. So the kids hadn't heard this before because I don't think we use it often. No. So I was like, oh, it means to cry, like it's okay. So after my kids had Greek, I came back and there's 2 of them were crying, and I was like, yeah, whatever. Like, you cry it out, sort yourself out, you'll be fine. So then they were crying quite a lot. And one of the girls beside them just like went, ah, Miss, ball. I just pointed at them, and I was like, yes. Yes. And I was like, well, what do you say? And then the kids cried more. And then she goes, haha, balling. And I was like, yeah.
Yes, you applied it to real life.
You
Good
really
job.
did.
She
Like,
used it in a sentence.
she really did use it in a sentence.
Wow.
Bless her.
Oh.
Put it up before got some follower stories.
Oh, yes.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So we're going to read two out because we're going to run out of time.
Yeah.
Very sorry about that. We did get more than two.
Share two favorites.
Two of my favorites.
Yeah.
So one person sent in, they said, one time I was wearing loafers with little tassels on them, and a student said to me, Miss, why do you have little mops on your shoes?
I love that.
That's so
Mops.
cute.
They do look like mops. They do look
They
like
do.
mops.
Oh.
And then this one's from my mother, so I'm not being biased. She started it off by saying, Laura, I'm not sure how to DM. Sure, you could say that. Sure, I can just message you. So my mom's a classroom assistant in P1.
Yeah.
Ah.
And the children were getting their flu vaccinations up their nose. And they're only 4 years old or something. And the nurse was asking them, like, oh, like, do you know when your birthday is? Like, what month it is? Like, do you know? And he was like, I don't really know. And the nurse said, oh, but like, do you know the month? Like, at all? And he was like, when is your birthday? And the wee boy replied, it's once a year. He's not wrong.
He's not wrong.
I think that's a very Northern Irish child response. Yes. They're very good, very funny.
They are.
Anyway, wrap it up now.
I think so.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Why say Sarah's not
Yeah.
Right. I know. Anyway, next week's very sad actually because one of us won't be here. Sarah. Sarah's going to America.
Woo!
Yeah.
Forever.
Unfortunately, not forever.
You come back.
Hopefully.
So she's off to America, so it's just going to be me and Hannah and a couple of special guests.
Yes. Otherwise, we just yak for hours.
Oh, it'll be a long episode.
We love a good yap.
We do love a good yap. Yeah, but yes, so Sarah won't be here, but
No.
I'm sure we'll survive without you, Sarah.
Oh, I'll be tuning in.
Yeah.
I hope
When I
you will
wake
be.
up.
Thank you very
No,
much.
you better.
Yeah, you better. You're one of the three.
Yeah.
Anyway, so thank you for listening and like and subscribe. Follow the Instagram, the TikTok,
Yes.
and all that
Yes.
jazz.
Woo.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Bye.